networks are all covering it, and so it gets a considerable audience that way. And since the late 90s, it's been streaming on the internet around the world. In recent years, the two parties have sort of become cheerleading squads for their presidents. But there are moments when clearly something that the president says inspires something more than just a partisan reaction. There's a bipartisan reaction, and you can tell what the mood of the Congress is to some degree, what the responses are.
And all the world knows that no successful system builds a wall to keep its people in and freedom out.
And of course, immediately after the speech, members of Congress will rush out into Statuary Hall, where there'll be dozens of cameras set up for television stations around the country, that they'll be getting the personal reactions of the members, the immediate reactions. And nowadays in the House chamber, you can also Twitter and tweet, and some of those people will be responding instantly.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, distinguished members of the House and Senate, when we first met here 7 years ago, many of us for the first time, it was with the hope of beginning something new for America. We meet here tonight in this historic chamber to continue that work. If anyone expects just a proud recitation of the accomplishments of my administration, I say let's leave that to history. We're not finished yet.
One thing that you cannot do that is very different than, say, most parliaments where heckling is considered fair sport. In the U.S. Congress, you're to be respectful of the president when he speaks. And a few years ago, one member of the House did interrupt the president and shout out. And he was censured by the House of Representatives for doing that. That's considered to be unbecoming conduct.
The reforms I'm proposing would not apply to those who are here illegal. It's not true.
The authors of the Constitution believed in transparency, and they did require, even though they wrote their Constitution in secret, they did require certain things to be open, not everything. For instance, they don't actually require Congress to meet in open session, just from time to publish a journal of their proceedings. And the same thing is they don't ask the president to give an annual message, but they ask him from time to deliver a message on the State of the Union. I think they would be pleased to see that the president comes pretty much every year to do this. I think they would be astonished to realize that the congressional record is published every day after the proceedings, and that not only will the State of the Union message be in there, but the words of every member of the House and Senate on the floor on that particular day. That was something that they had certainly intended, that this was a republic, it was a democratic republic, it was represented of the people, and the people had a right to know what was going on. And so in that sense, even though they were not all that specific, they certainly set some goals that I think the government has met.
I can report to you that the state of this old but youthful union is good.